graduates. Straight to the league, I ain't waiting for my knee to blow. Yesterday I was needing this dough. Get it? I was needing this dough.
Thanks everyone for being here. Honored today to have Elena on the show. There's people from Wilmington, Delaware, huh?
I'm telling you, Delaware is the most loyal state there is. When I was younger, I can't tell you how many times people ask me what state is Delaware in. It's like, it is the first state, number one. So like one of my biggest goals playing basketball is like, people are gonna know that Delaware is a state and it's a great state, so.
What was it like growing up in a household with 3 kids? What was family life like for you?
You know, my family means everything to me, and right from, when I was born, I knew the importance of a team because my sister has special needs, and it was always about her. Like, how can we help Lizzie to be great and to overcome all these disabilities that have been thrown her way? So I learned right away, it takes a team to achieve a lot, anything really.
And growing up that way, what did your parents do for a living? Did they both work? What did they do?
So my mom was a special ed teacher, but once she had Lizzie, she stayed at home. And then my dad runs a real estate company.
Got it. And did he teach you a lot about save money, do this with your money, here's what you do when you make money? He
taught me all of that. Even at home, he would do little things like, we'd have chores and he'd be like, all right, you get 20 bucks. What are you gonna do with this money? Like, do you wanna save it and it'll grow because you do more and more chores, you're gonna get paid and it can grow? Or do you wanna just spend it all right now on, a toy that you're not gonna want in a couple weeks? So we were able to learn immediately, the importance of saving.
You've been through a lot of things and persevered. Where have you found, or what obstacle have you found that you've learned the most from, that's inspired you the most?
Contracting Lyme disease has been the toughest battle that I've had to fight. I contracted it in 2008 and still to this day I'm fighting it. To be a professional athlete and to have a chronic illness can be really tough. There's days where I'm just exhausted and don't feel like I have it in me and have to rest my body and do extra things to take care of myself, but once again, it's taught me about money and the importance of saving. Because so much of the treatments for Lyme disease aren't covered by health insurance, but it's taught me to save,
One of the main things you've always stood up for is pay equity amongst WNBA players.
Yeah, this was eye-opening. You can kind of just see that, women aren't valued the same way that men are in the workforce, and it gets frustrating, but you just got to continue to fight the battle, and it's a societal problem that I think the league and the W can spearhead and kind of start a movement going. It's big companies needing to step up and, put their money where their mouth is, because right now the talk is, the power is female, all that. It's, that's where the talk is at, and it sounds great to say that you believe that, but if you're not putting your dollars behind it and your marketing behind it, then it's just lip service. So I'm waiting for the dollars to actually get behind female athletes. And the goal is that, women's basketball players don't have to go overseas to make their money. We want it to happen here in America.
Exactly. And players have to, or feel as though they have to play over there to supplement their salaries, correct? Because you actually get paid more over there.
Way more.
Way more.
Yeah, way more.
What is the max salary in the WNBA?
So the max salary is $115,000.
That compared to the NBA minimum is probably around 6.5 times less.
If you're not getting endorsements here, it's not enough. You're gonna have to go overseas.
But you've never chosen to play overseas, correct? And why is that?
I don't want to play all year round. I love having an off season to get better at my craft. Like, if you're playing games all year round, you're not getting better the way you can in an off season. I love being able to see my family, spending Christmas and Thanksgiving with my family, which people miss out on when they're overseas. And then I like to do other things. Like I've got a woodworking business. I love to get into the wood shop and just create things.
So you talked about you have a woodworking business. How long have you had that?
Goodness, that's been like 3.5, 4 years now.
3.5, and are you loving it?
Love it.
Really?
Yeah, it's been so much fun. My wife is more talented than I am, and I've learned so much from her. We were going back to Chicago and we needed a little table, a coffee table, and just built it because coffee tables are expensive.
Of course.
Like, furniture is really expensive.
Really expensive, I
was like, well, shoot, let's go to Home Depot and buy some wood and make this thing, right? So we threw something together, and then, good old social media. I posted it, and so much feedback of people wanting to
demand.
So right away we're like, aha, we're now going to be a woodworking company. It's called Delle Donne Designs. In season, it's tough to do tables because it's just the two of us.
Yeah.
And that's the one thing I struggle the most with being an entrepreneur is delegating. We need to scale it at some point, but I need to let go.
Meaning you and her make everything?
Everything.
Holy. Oh
yeah,
goodness.
everything.
You can't scale that way.
No, it's not working the way.
Exactly.
We could be doing.
Because you also have another job.
I know.
So
like,
when you're
she'll
playing,
be like,
it's just her.
Hey, can you come into the shop right now? I'm like, no, I'm tired. I can't be building a table.
We were talking about earlier. This is obviously you're finishing your 6th season. What are some of the things you've learned over the 6 years about saving money? Like, what are the most important things?
I've learned that taxes are awful. Like you see the dollars that you're getting paid, and then it's like, wait, half of that's gonna go away? Like, no. So I've become frugal. It was the best thing ever too. Was somebody told me you should get a financial advisor when I hit the league, and he has been so great.
Help you organize everything.
Goodness, yes. Every month I get a report, and I get to look at what's coming in, what's going out. We even plan like 5 years from now. Hopefully, I'll have a family and have a kid. So how are we gonna prepare for that?
Yeah. And do you think you have a responsibility to tell the rookies that are coming in now? Do you do that?
Yes.
Because you didn't get it?
Because I didn't get it, I'm like, come here. You gotta do this, you gotta do this. Get yourself an advisor, because you need somebody who can help you.
Of course.
Especially with overseas money and all that. That gets
tricky.
Really tricky, and it's nice to have somebody who understands that.
Obviously, as you finish your career, you're gonna keep running your foundation, which is very passionate to you. Tell us a little bit about your foundation.
The goal of the foundation is to help people with special needs and families who might not have the money to care for their child with special needs. So what we would like to see future down the road is like going into homes and like being able to fit out the whole home to care for a family member who might have special needs. I know that I love basketball, I love kids, I love people with special needs. So one of my greatest joys is running unified basketball camps where I have the typical able-bodied people playing alongside Special Olympic athletes, and there's no greater feeling than just being able to spend time with them and seeing them work with one another, and the joy of sport.
One last question to wrap, a fun question that we always have on the show is what we call the broke habit. So is there one thing that you've always done, like going back to college, or before that was like a habit that you can't shake even though you're a professional basketball player now?
There's still times in the grocery store where like I'll choose the cheap brand and like the cheap toilet paper or the cheap,
You can't help it.
And it isn't as good, but I'm like, this isn't worth spending the extra money on it, so I make that decision.
So I'll save this money here.
Yeah, that's when my wife is like, why did you not just get Bounty? Like, it's all ripping. Like, are you kidding me right now? This is awful. And I'm like, well, then you need to go to the grocery store next time, because I made the good decision.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. Well, everyone, thank you for joining us. It's been fantastic with Elena on the show. Please give Elena a big hand. And thank you to the production team. Thank you to Chase. Thank you, everyone. Appreciate it.